you write an offer, I want to buy this property for X amount of dollars, these are the terms, and it's subject to these three things happening. First one is you have to be approved for financing. So most home buyers, when they purchase a loan, they get a mortgage, and you have to go through the approval process, which means not a pre-approval. Pre-approval is when a loan officer tells you, they look at your financials, your credit, your ability to borrow and pay, and they tell you you can purchase a property for X amount of dollars. So that's called a pre-approval. Now, once you get your offer accepted, then everything gets taken, all your financials get reviewed by the bank's underwriter. Now, the underwriter will look at everything with a fine-tooth comb, and they will give you the yay or the nay if you can qualify. So you have typically 17 days to make sure that your loan is approved and that you get a commitment from the bank. Second contingency is that the purchase price that you offered, that the property is actually worth that. So in order to determine that, the bank will contract a third-party vendor, which is an appraisal company. They will send out an independent appraiser to review the comparables around the property, make sure that it meets certain health and safety criteria, and that the property is worth at least what you offered for it. In the event that it is, then that would be, you meet that requirement. And if it doesn't, then the bank will only lend you the lower of the two, either the purchase price or the appraised value. And finally, the investigation of the property, which is, as a buyer, you have the right to conduct as many investigations and inspections as you want on the property, whether it's a general home inspection, a roof inspection, sewer, plumbing, electrical. Also, you get to review the title of the property, that there's no clouds on title, so that you're going to be buying a property with clean title. Whether or not the property has any easements on it. So a lot of properties sometimes will have utility easements, storm drain easements. Maybe another adjoining property has a right-of-way. You share a driveway, so you get to review that. If there's any items that are liens on the property, like sometimes people will get solar or energy efficient upgrades that have a lien on the property, tax liens, etc. And then whether or not it's subject to any common interests. So, for example, condominiums, you get to review all the HOA documents. If it has CC&Rs. So basically, with 17 days, the buyer has the right to do as many investigations as they want, so they can feel confident about moving forward with the purchase. Now, within those days, once you're satisfied, you have to remove those contingencies, and once you remove those contingencies, then you're committing yourself to buying that property. And if you don't buy the property, then your earnest money deposit could be at risk. And the earnest money deposit is the money you put into escrow, which is also a third-party independent company that makes sure that all parties fulfill their duties. So, in recap, 3 contingencies on every purchase: appraisal, loan, and investigation.